Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, all. Welcome back to Swaroop IT Learning Solutions. So, in this particular video series, we will continue to learn installing, configuring, and managing VMware Hypervisor version 8 infrastructure. So, we will practically execute following steps in this particular part 13 chapter 4 video. Now, we have covered 3 videos so far. In the first video, means first chapter, we have seen how to install and configure our VEEAM backup server. In the second part, we have seen how to take a VM level backup of our vCenter server. In the third part, we have seen how to recover our vCenter server VM as an instant recovery, or you can say a dummy VM mode. Okay, now in this fourth video we will be restoring our VMware vSphere vCenter server 8 update 3e build 246744346 via VEEAM Backup Manager through full VM level backup recovery. That means full disaster. Our VM itself is not present. Original VM I'm talking about, not about dummy VM. We will delete both the VMs and we will recover the original VM into original location. Okay, so let's start. So the first step will be through VMware Backup Replication Console Home last 24 hours running, stop the instant VM recovery session, and you need to click on yes. So for this particular step, let me go back to my DC system and I will open my replication console, VMware Backup and Replication Console. And here under this last 24 hours thing, you can see that this recovery session, instant VM recovery session, what we have done last video, it's still working or still in a running state. Okay, so I will stop this. I will right click it, stop. Are you sure you want to stop the session? Yes. Okay, because we don't want that VM recovery VM to be running any more from our side. Okay, so it will take a minute or so. By the time it is stopping, yeah, it's stopped now. You can see over here all the tasks related to your recovery VM has been has been stopped. Okay, so let's go back to our PPT for the next step. So next step is we need to power off all the VMs if running. So which all VMs we need to power off? vCenter VM, original VM. So let's go back one by one. Let's go back to our DC system. I will minimize this one and I will go to my vSphere console and I will log off from here, log out. It is taking some time to log out. I will log out from here also, the VMware console. Everything I am just logging out in order to stay with the basic configuration settings. Okay, so I'll close this. I'll log out from here also, close this, and now I will reopen my ESX host login. This is ESX host 01. I will log in with root account. and here you can see the virtual machines, VMware vCenter server. Okay, now since we have stopped that particular, in the first step we have stopped that VM recovery session, right? So that's why the VM is not showing over here, the IR VM I'm talking about, but the vCenter's original VM is showing and it is already off. Okay, so this particular step, it is already completed. Okay, the original VM is already off. Second thing, vCenter server IR VM, but that IR VM has also been vanished from here virtual machines, because we have stopped that particular backup job. If you remember over here, last 24 hours in the VM recovery backup job, VMware vCenter server instant VM recovery, we have stopped this particular task. That's why that particular VM is not visible in the inventory. Okay, so that step is also completed. And the third one is Windows 11 CL. That is our second VM, which is hosted by CH04. Okay, so I have already taken the RDP of that particular VM over here, Windows 11 CL. So what I will do, I will simply shut it down from the RDP session itself. Okay, so we have shut down the Windows 11 CL VM also. Okay, now let's move on to the next step. So next step is through ES6001 web UI VMs, delete following VMs: VMware vCenter server and VMware vCenter server IR. We need to delete both the VMs if it is present in our ES6001 inventory. But as I said, only VMware vCenter server original VM is present in the inventory. So no problem, we will delete this one. Okay, right click on it and say delete. Simple. So delete VMware vCenter server, yes, delete. Okay, so our original, I'm again repeating, original VM has been deleted. Okay, let's consider this particular scenario as a disaster one. The original VM is completely vanished now. Okay, the second VM we don't need to delete because we have already stopped that job and it is already been moved out from the inventory. Okay, so next step is through ES6001 web UI storage VMFS DS data store browser, delete following folders if present. Okay, so we will see whether these folders are present or not first, and we will delete those ones. So first one is VMFS DS and then Vim IR. So what I will do is I will go to the storage, I will go to data store browser, and let's see what all it is showing. So it is showing Vim IR folder, right? So I will just select that one and then I will say delete. Okay, next folder we need to check is VEEAM Backup, then underscore WinDC ESX Lab VMware vCenter server IR, and then your random number. So let's see whether this particular folder is there or not. Okay, this folder is not present since we have stopped that particular job. Okay, sometimes that folder remains, sometimes it is disappeared once that job is connected. But let's see, this is the second folder, sorry, not this one. This is the second folder. What it is showing, Vim Backup Windows 2022 DC ESX Lab local, right? So this folder also we need to delete the existing one. Okay, so what I will do is I will simply this one directory we need to keep it intact. We don't need to delete because it's a normal IR directory which has been created on our data store, but further it is not containing anything. Okay, so within this particular directory, if this particular folder, the structure folder is present, that we need to delete, but if it is not there, then leave it is as it is. Okay, it will not harm anything. Basically you need to confirm that nothing related to your vCenter servers VMs or vCenter servers IR VMs components are present in your data store. Okay, so that we have confirmed. Okay, so let's move on to the next step. So we have deleted our original vCenter VM. So next step is restart both ESX01 and 02 servers and DC systems as well once. Okay, so what I will do is I'll come back here. I will click on host, and here it is a simple shutdown. I am completely shutting down my ESX host 01. Okay, this is one way of doing it. You can directly shutting down the host through web UI. I'm coming back to my main system again, going back to my workstation console, and you can see ESX host is currently off. I will go to ESX host 02. Here I will press F12. It will ask for the root password. Entering the root password, enter, and here F2 shutdown. So I'm pressing F2. So now this host ESX host 02 also is getting shut down. Okay, and last but not the least, I will shut down my DC system also. So first I will close this particular VMware Backup and Replication console. And now I will shut down this DC system also. Okay, so all three systems, actually those are VMs through VMware Workstation, but let's consider them as a systems. So all three systems I have shut it down. Okay, this is just to make sure that all our VMs, temporary cache files and all these things are cleared. And remember, we have deleted our vCenter original VM now. Okay, so we will recover that. That's fine. Okay, and now we need to restart one by one those systems. So first I will start with Windows 2022 DC system. Okay, so our DC system has been started. Let me take the RDP of it. Now I will start my ESX01. Alright, so our ESX host 01 has been started. So same way I will start my ESX host 02 also. Alright, so both of our ESX host 01 and 02 are restarted, as well as the Windows 2022 DC system also. So let's move on to the next step. So next step is we need to open our VMware Backup and Replication console. Going back here, and I'm connecting to my local system, that is backup and replication server. By the time it is connecting, let's move on to the next step. So next step is through VMware Backup and Replication Console, home, go to the backups, disk, go to the restore option and VMware vSphere. Okay. So remember, we have deleted our original VM. Okay. So I am already in home and under jobs, and we have already taken our backup, the full VM level backup. In the previous video, we have seen how to test or how to recover our vCenter server as in testing mode through instant recovery mode. Now, since we have deleted our original vCenter server VM, we are going for the full recovery. Okay, so there is an option restore, and I will go to VMware vSphere. So the first option we need to select is restore from backup. So you click on restore from backup. Second is select entire VM restore option. So entire VM restore. And now here we are not going for the instant recovery, we need to go for the entire VM restore. Okay, so second option. First option already we have seen in the last video. So the second option, entire VM restore. So next is click on add from backup option. Add from backup. So select backup job and click on add. So I will select this backup job, expand this and vCenter server, and I will say add. Next is click next on machines wizard. So once this particular VMware vCenter VM is visible, click on next. So next option is select restore to the original location on restore mode wizard and click next. Okay, so we want everything to be restored as an original location, original name, and everything is same as original VM, because our original VM is now disappeared or deleted, right? Or let's say in a production scenario it has been vanished, disaster, right? So I will choose the first option, restore from the original location to the original location. So it will retrieve our existing storage policies and everything. Next is it will ask us for the appropriate reason. So you can give any reason. So I will just give the reason. And I will say next. Next is it will give us the summary. So verify the summary and click finish. So original machine name VMware vCenter server, new machine name will be same because we have chosen that option to keep all the original values intact. Restore point less than or go means yesterday we have taken that backup, so restore point. Target host will be the original host. Target resource pool resources, target VM folder VM, target data store is original data store. Okay, network mapping original network. Everything is original. Okay. As of now, I am not clicking on this option power on. We will power on this machine after the restore. Okay, and I will say finish. Now it will start restoring my particular original VM, right? vCenter server original VM. Okay, so this process will take 10 to 15 minutes. So let it complete. I'm pausing this video as of now. Once this is completed, I will come back to you with the next step. So by the time it is restoring, let's move on to our next step. So as we are currently doing, we need to monitor the vCenter VM restore process. Okay, so it will take some time because it needs to restore with a lot of tasks and functionalities. So once this is completed, I will come back to you with the next step. Okay, just thought to give some explanation about this recovery process. So you can see over here, currently it is restoring the various hard disks, restoring hard disk 2 with 5.3 GB space, restoring hard disk 1 with 48.6 GB space. Space means size. Okay, so it will take some time because it needs to restore various hard disks for our vCenter server VM. Now let me just give you a simple example. This particular vCenter VM has been divided into multiple virtual hard disks, okay, through VMware workstation. So that's why it is recovering all those hard disks one by one. Okay, so let it complete all those restore options and then we will come back to you with the next step. Alright, so our VM restore, vCenter VM restore has been completed successfully. You can see this bottom line. So let's move on to the next step. So next is we need to click close once VM restore completes successfully. So I will click on close over here. Next step is through ESX01 web UI virtual machines verify that VMware vCenter server VM restored properly. So I will come back to my DC system. I will open my browser and I will log into my ESX01. Under home, now you can see under virtual machines our original VMware vCenter server VM is visible. Okay, remember we have deleted it, so now it is originally again came back with the restore process, okay, through VEEAM Backup. Okay, so it is showing. So if I am clicking on it, it is currently in off state, so that's fine. So next is we need to start the VMware vCenter original VM. So I will just click on this one, so it will start itself. Okay, so this will take some time to boot and start the machine. Once this is booted completely, then I will come back to you after 5 minutes with the next step. As of now, let it boot normally and let it come back again to online state. Alright, so our original vCenter server VM has been fully up now. So let's move on to the next step. So the first check we need to do is we need to log into our VMware console and to check whether all the functionalities are working fine, right? So I will first log in on the VMware console through root account. So I will close this one as of now. And this is my VMware console. I will just log in with the root account. And now as you can see, my VMware console is working fine. All the options it is showing correctly. Okay, this is the first check. Now let's move on to the next step. So once everything looks okay, log out from VMware console. So we'll log it out, close this one. Now next step is we need to go for our normal management console and log in with the SSO administrator account. So I'll come back here, open this one, and this is my normal vCenter console. I will log in with my administrator SSO account. Okay, so our normal management console is also loading properly. So I think we have recovered our vCenter server VM fully back to production. Okay, so let's move on to our next step. So just to confirm the final step, we need to start our Windows 11 CLVM through our vCenter management console. So verify that the vCenter management console is working properly by first checking the ESX host cluster and inventory. Okay, so it is showing the ESX host cluster, and then the summary is correct. All the ESX hosts and inventories are showing correct. And second is starting the Windows 11 CLVM. So currently Windows 11 CLVM is in off state. I will right click on it, power, and power on. Okay, so if this particular VM is starting correctly through vCenter management console, that means our vCenter is working properly after the recovery. This is the final checklist what we can go for to check the functionality of our vCenter server after full VM recovery. Okay, so we have seen two ways of recovery. One is your instant recovery, that is a dummy VM mode, and second is your original VM recovery, fully disaster and recovery of our original vCenter VM. Okay, after deleting it and then restoring it. Okay, so now you can see my Windows 11 CLVM is also up. As a final confirmation, I will take an RDP of this machine also. And now you can see my Windows 11 CL also is up back to operations. Okay, so this way you can check your vCenter server's functionalities after the recovery. Okay, so this completes our this particular chapter for recovering your vCenter server as a full VM recovery mode, not instant recovery, as a full VM recovery mode. Okay, so in the next couple of chapters I will show you how to recover your ESX host also. We have seen the vCenter recovery through two modes, instant recovery and full backup VM recovery. Now we will see what are the options available for ESX host recovery options also. Okay, so thank you all for watching this video. This is your host signing off from Swaroop IT Solutions. If you like this particular video, please share with your IT colleagues, and please subscribe to my channel. Okay, thanks all for your time. Have a good day.